Today's episode will be a somber episode as we wave goodbye to ThorpyFX. I take the piss. It is a very, very sad thing that a company as innovative as ThorpyFX is closing down. But there is a silver lining. And that silver lining is that Tom Majeski, I really hope I'm not butchering your name, mate, but he has bought us pedals that take different cartridges in order for us to get different effects out of the same pedal. He has bought us the famous Generation Lost, which was an effect in itself, which kind of like just gave us that lo-fi tone without sounding crap. So very much that this guy has brought to the table. And I just want to start today's show by saying, Tom, we know you're going somewhere else. It may well be Chase Bliss. That's kind of what everyone's expecting. But wherever you go, best of luck, mate. Best of luck. And we really, really cannot wait to see what you come up with next. Yes, it's sad ThorpyFX is ending, but we're really excited to see what you're coming up with. So, good luck, mate. And that is a weird introduction, isn't it? But there isn't that much news this week, and I thought it was very, very important to fit that in first before we go on about something else that is actually really exciting. So this is just so cool. You know, if it's rubbish, I'll tell you it's rubbish. I'll say to you, it's not really for me. Would I buy it? Would I not? Yeah, I want this. There's no two ways about it. I am so excited about this. And it's just an overdrive. But it's so much more. So much more than an overdrive. So, what is it? Okay, so let's get down to it. Kernom is the company. They have designed this ridge, and it's a 6-knob overdrive with 2 buttons. One foot switch is the bypass, the other foot switch switches in a preset. Great. It also has 128 MIDI receivable presets. It's got MIDI in and out via mini TRS. Yes, big score for that, just for getting the MIDI right. Well done. It has an expression in, but you can also control the expression via the MIDI as well, so you don't have to have MIDI in and TRS in for the expression. You can control it via that. And it is an all analog clip inside, controlled digitally, but it's not just the knobs that are controlled. It's the clipping circuit itself. Now this is where it gets really, really interesting, because they claim that it has infinite clipping flavors. Now, for those who might not know what clipping flavors means, very, very simplest thing is your tube screamer to your SD1, almost the same circuit, but they clip slightly differently. One's a symmetrical, one's an asymmetrical clipping circuit, and that's why they sound different. As you go on, you find that some things are more harder clipping, some things are more softer clipping, so clones and tube screamers and all these different drive flavors that you know and you love, but you don't want to buy all of them, are in this. Yet they're doing it in an analog method. They're calling it Augmented Analog. And I kid you not, I was talking just yesterday to an artist friend of mine, and he and I were just saying, I can't wait until someone produces something like this. And then today, this company contacted me. I started looking at their gear, and I'm blown away. So there's some really, really cool things to it. It's got pre and post EQ, so that means you can adjust the EQ going into the overdrive and the EQ after, so you can shape the push. It's got 30 volts internal voltage, which means it's got a lot of push. It's got a lot of balls. Don't worry though, it does use like the standard Boss center negative 9-volt in, so you haven't got to worry about that. Full MIDI controls, like we said earlier. You know, I just think this is amazing. This is going to replace every possible overdrive on your board into something like this big. It's just, yes. Every part of me is just saying yes. It's got this mood knob, and as you turn it round, if you turn it all the way round to the right, you create like a square wave. If you turn it all the way to the left, you're getting a sine wave. So that means you can get fuzzy tones out of this. So I've seen it doing, because you've got a very powerful mid control on it as well, I've seen it doing mid-script distortion-y tones, I've seen it doing fuzzy tones, I've seen it doing various different overdrives. You can get your tube screamers, you can get your clones out of this, assumably. Now, caveat, I haven't tried it. Sometimes I've tried these things, sometimes I haven't, but it looks great, and that amount of headroom it's got, it's just amazing. The really nice thing about the expression is, with the expression, you're able to have two settings, and as you go like that, you're basically swelling from one expression to the other. Or you can set it up so the expression just controls a single knob, so you can get that filtery wah sort of sound. But being able to go from, okay, hill, I've got an SD1, and then toe, I've got a metal zone, and be able to sweep through everything on that, it's just, man. I gotta say, I don't know whether the distortion-y sounds are going to be full distortion. In their video they did say we've got other things planned for the future, so maybe they are looking at a distortion version of this, or more of a high gain version of this. I honestly, I do not know, but I'm very excited to see. This is the direction we wanted to see the industry going in, and we knew it was going to happen. I promised you it was going to happen, and look, it's happening. So pleased. There isn't much news this week, but the news that there is both sad and amazing, and everything is very positive for the future, and I'm so excited. So yeah, I'll see you next week. If you want to get the news like this every week, then hit the subscribe, and if you don't, thank you for joining me today. Peace. See you later. Bye.